Live from New York, it's Trucking to Heaven. With your hosts, Felix
and Mark.
And we are here a couple of days before Thanksgiving to say Happy Thanksgiving, because we will not be able to, next time we'll be broadcasting will be after Thanksgiving.
Well, that makes a lot of sense to me since Friday comes after Thursday.
That's true. Let's see, we've got a lot of things to talk about today, but first, let's talk a little bit about what Thanksgiving means to us and what we're thankful for.
Felix, why don't you start us out?
Well, just going to say that I have some other topics I want to discuss a little bit, but I'm thankful for my family. Everybody's still healthy. My wife has cancer, but it seems to be in check. My kids are doing well. I have a grandson. So, we've got a lot of things to be thankful for. And Mark, how about yourself?
Well, like you, family, good friends. Thankful that I'm retired. Not very many people in this economy can say that. Thankful that 10 years ago, when I went in for minor surgery on my knee, that I survived that surgery since there was a mistake in the anesthetic and I was without oxygen for 6 minutes. So I'm just thankful for every day for the last 10 years. Waking up, being of questionably sound mind and body. In fact, I saw my neurologist today, and he said, every time I see you, you look better and better. I said, maybe you should wear your glasses next time, but seriously, though,
let me take off my glasses, please. Oh, you do look better, yes.
Don't I? Without glasses, I look great.
Yeah. You even got hair without without glasses.
In fact, I try to keep, I don't read as much as I should. I know I should, but problem is that short-term memory is like non-existent. So if I can't read a book in one or two sittings, I lose the thought process isn't there, and the longer I go without finishing the book, I got to start it over again, and that's a pain in the neck. But I do a lot of crossword puzzles. I watch a lot of news. After all, this is a talk show, news.
We have to keep up with the
got to keep up with what's going on. Like everybody else, I get my news from Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert.
And we listen to Fox Channel also.
No, you listen to Fox.
Well, got to have the other side of it also. You can't just listen to one side. You got to listen to both sides.
Oh, no, yeah, okay. Like Michelle Bachmann, when she said she worked for the IRS, she said you have to know about the enemy before she became a congresswoman.
Whatever, but it's good to know, to hear all sides, and I try to be pretty, I'm very open-minded about what I hear, and
well, I'll tell you, I get plenty of mail from a friend, and he's so anti-administration, fairly pro-Tea Party, so I get all that from him, and he gets it from other people, so what can I tell you?
Well, I just want to remind everybody that we have a coffee party while you're discussing about the Tea Party.
That's true. Why do we have a coffee party,
The coffee
Felix?
party was originally set up to get people to vote. That's very important to us. But now the coffee party will go after any cause that we think we should be looking into. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say the whole purpose of the coffee party was to get people stirred up and remember that change begins with you. Anything that you can do is a positive, you know. Like I said, we drink our coffee here just like Kathy Lee and Hoda drink their champagne at 9 o'clock in the morning. Got a couple of texts already talking about the after effects of Hurricane Sandy. This caller said that her family is very happy to be back in their home. She's happy for her family, happy that they're out of the hotel. Many people, I think there are still people who are in hotels.
There are still people who, I don't know where they're staying, but they're not home. They're not staying at their homes.
I know that then still many people are still dealing with insurance companies between homeowners and flood insurance and FEMA. Okay, it's a never-ending process. You know, I really feel badly for many of them. I know you were in a hotel for quite a while.
Yeah, I was.
We weren't, but the house was a mess.
So we're all thankful for it. Actually, we forgot about it. Yes, Sandy's.
Yeah, it didn't even cross my mind, really, you know, talking about what we're thankful for.
I just want to make a couple of comments first.
Sure,
First
Felix.
thing is we have to remind our audience that they could call us.
Oh, yes. How absent-minded of me. You can reach us at 516-665-1860.
Secondly, you can Skype us at Trucking to Heaven, or you can email us at
Felix or Mark at truckingtoheaven.com. So please send in your questions as we see them. We will make comments. Hopefully we'll be able to answer your questions.
All right. And another thing I want to ask of you, our audience, is as you press the show and you press it to play, on the right-hand side there's a button that says follow. We'd ask you just to press it follow till it changes to following. We need that to show that people are listening to our show and keep us moving on and possibly into broadcasting with iHeart. But without the people following us, it's not going to happen. So
that's very true. But talking about people following us, everybody has a story to tell. So what are you thankful for? Don't be shy. Don't be shy at all. Let us know what you're thankful for. It could be something very small. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be anything very big. I know, as we said, most of the people who were hit badly by Sandy are all glad that hopefully things are getting back to normal. You know, they say there's no place like home. So, you know.
And there isn't, absolutely not. And the home is wherever you are with your family. It doesn't have to be a luxurious place, but if everybody's together, that's home.
Home is where I hang my hair. My hat.
Your hat,
yes,
absolutely.
Not my hair, my hat.
Okay. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as you probably know, there was some negotiations in the last couple of days with Iran and the European countries and the United States. And we came up with some kind of a temporary agreement for 6 months or so, and which unfreezes Iran's assets, lets them do business more or less back to normal for them, I guess, and they can still continue working with their nuclear plants at a slower pace.
And they allowed the inspectors to come in on a regular basis.
On a daily basis, I think.
Not even announced. You know,
yeah.
So.
But what's not mentioned, and this is really the reason why I may sound a little bit down today. There are prisoners in Iran. One of them is a priest, or I don't know, priest or reverend, and he was arrested for practicing his faith. And there are a couple of other prisoners there who are U.S. citizens. And I don't see how any of our politicians would negotiate with Iran unless one of the conditions was to release our prisoners.
That's true. You know,
It's-
as you pointed out, Felix, before the show started, when Israel is negotiating with the Arab nations, they've given up 100 prisoners for just one Israeli soldier. So, I mean,
You know, what happened to the no man left behind? You know, it's just not right. These people should be spending their Thanksgiving in Iranian prison. Oh, traffic is coming. Oh.
I think they just went right through your house here, Felix.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't think that any Americans should be spending their Thanksgiving in Iran, in an Iranian prison. I believe one of them is lacking medication, and possibly they're trying to get it to him. I'm not sure, but
Has the Red Cross been in to see these people? I don't even know.
I don't know. But anyway, look at it. I'm sure we could have negotiated their
It's really a
release.
minor point when you
Yeah.
think about it.
Yeah. And when they asked Kerry about it, he said these negotiations were strictly about Iran and the nuclear situation there. Well, bullwinkles. I'm sorry to say that. It's really a shame that we are such a heartless nation.
Well,
That
no,
our
we're
leaders-
not a heartless nation. They
that
want
our-
to do this. They want to get it done, so they don't want to put any snags, attach any snags. But what I will say is when Democrats and Republicans negotiate in Congress, okay, before they pass any bill, there are always little things added on that have nothing to do with the bill that's being discussed. People just want to get their agenda
A
through.
little pork belly, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't understand why we couldn't do a little pork belly or, well, I'm sorry, Iranians don't eat pork, beef belly, whatever it was, but we should have never entered these negotiations without having our people released. So this is what I'm going to ask that our grassroots movement, the coffee
The
party.
coffee party, that's right. You want to take up a stand.
We want to take a step, release the prisoners. And
Well, listen, we all know politicians are out for politicians. Let's face it. They want to get reelected, you know. But it's just amazing how, the Republican Party says that this is all a ruse to take everyone's mind off of the Affordable Care Act, you know.
and it's working. But unfortunately, the Obamacare is not working yet. And I believe that they said December 1st everything should be, or the end of November, everything should be up.
By the end of December, I think.
November.
How could it be the end of November?
They have to get everything working.
One
Some
more
people-
this week?
Yes,
I don't think so.
Some people have enough time to sign up. Well,
I almost hate to say this, folks, but I really don't think it's going to be a viable program until quite a few months from now.
Well, one of the things I heard now was that they've downgraded the standards that they're going to be looking for the end of November. And, I have a small business and I can't get an answer yet. If my insurance company is going to continue insuring me,
It's a big problem for a lot of people.
yeah, everybody that's beginning to look at it, they're beginning to realize that now everything's more expensive for them.
Well, but I really, and I'm sure you'll concur, I really don't want to talk about the Affordable Care Act today. Because that's a downer for many people.
It's a downer for me too.
Well, I agree with you, but we've spoken about it so much. I want to get somebody to call up 516-665-1860 and let